This is song number two. This is my walkthrough. I'm not as proud of this song as my other one, but it's a song. I've demonstrated I've demonstrated a small knowledge in a few different things. And it sounds alright. It's definitely not mixed properly, but I think going back into it, if I spent a good 15-20 minutes, I could fix most of it, which is good because it's issues I wouldn't have seen 2 or 3 months ago, which probably means I'm slowly going in the right direction, I guess. So yeah, start off with the instrumental. So I got some intermittent notes. I could leave them going on for the full note, so it's like wow 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 wow. I think that get really annoying though. I can't lie. Yeah, I just wouldn't prefer that really. So oh, one sec. All right, sweet. Yeah. So I've chose to do them intermittently, kind of the half notes. So they kind of stop and start. Bare minimum. I've taken off the compressor. Space Designer. -25. Don't want to overdo it. Little massive spacer as well. These are all sound effects that I quite like that one. They're all sound effects that are found on Logic. I'll scroll through the presets. This one is ES2. Added some ethereal bells. These are all stock sounds, but I have tweaked them ever so slightly, I believe. Yeah, I remember I have. But it's fine. Logic has a lot of good sounds, and it's good to make use of them. And a lot of them most of them sound very professional. So, at the stage I'm at, there's no real issue with finding the presets and then tweaking them ever so slightly to kind of make them my own, I guess. Yeah, arrangement wise, I've kind of, I've copied this, the 4 blocks all the way across, and then from there, I've Control M'd the individual sections, try and lay it out. I don't know if it's a lazy approach, but it works for me. So, yeah, going on to chains. It's massive spacer. I've whacked a compressor on. I'm not sure why I did that because it's MIDI, but maybe it made it sound nicer. I don't know. Whacked a bit of flanger on there. Mixed it in ever slightly, but I don't want to blast out the mix up to 100 and kind of lose the original sound. Yeah, it's nice. Bit of overdrive as well. Oh, I see. These are the original, the original plugins that come with it. My bad. But I did add the tape delay in Space Designer, which I turned that off, but turn that up a bit. Yeah, the rise up. Yeah, like I said, a bit of Space Designer, ethereal bells, EQ, and Space Designer. I think there was a bit too much high end without the EQ. But that way, it's alright. It's a bit like underwatery, I guess. And then just some strings. So yeah, it's nothing too complicated. I think I've kind of mostly done things by ear. Drum wise, though, however, I've made use of loops. I've been searching the internet, and trying to find. Oh, that's my neighbour shouting. Yeah, try to find different loops. So, as you can see, different BPMs. So I've had to make use of the time stretch, I believe it's called, feature. Get everything within the bar, so it plays on time. I like the rhythm. That's alright. All very similar drums, I guess. I think they came from the same pack. And then afterwards, got the little analog funk. I'd say that's probably the last bit. I like this bit. This, however, I have compressed. Sidechain, I'm guessing, yeah, to the kick. That is the right kick, right? Yeah, it is. You know, the main reason for doing this is you know, kicks and basses, they'll occupy very low frequencies, and you know, often they clash, or they don't really leave room for one another. So in using the compressor, you know, you can cause the bass to duck, cause anything to duck really. My neighbour's going nuts. Yeah, cause anything to duck. So yeah, that's great. That is pretty much the whole track, if I'm honest. Lastly, I've used a summing stack folder just to kind of group all my drums and the bass together, or just the drums. Yeah, just the drums, minus the kick as well. Purely for this multiplier, which is it's a Reverb third-party software. I found it works quite well. Obviously, I didn't really want to include the kick. I wanted to use its own space designer, just because, you know, if the kick had had the same level of reverb as the rest of it, it would sound kind of off-putting. It wouldn't be as punchy, you know. So I found that's probably the best thing to do sometimes. And a compressor, you know, compress the drums, make them fit in the track. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole track. It's nothing too complicated, but it's definitely not too shabby. So yeah.